Yo, what's up, people? All right, audio is rolling. We're gonna get this episode flying and talk about a really cool analogy that I thought of that actually will apply to you. So let's get this on. Let's get this rolling. Let's get Instagram and TikTok into the fucking chat today. Let's do this shit. Yo, people, what the hell is up? Happy Friday. Welcome again to another episode of the Meathead of the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO Matt Butale. And today I'm going to bring to you a little analogy, something that I thought of last week. I'll be honest, like I wrote the script last week and I was like, yo, I have to like drop this today. It's Friday. It's the perfect day to drop this analogy and talk to you guys about what I have to say when it comes to washing your dishes. You're going to see how this applies. All right. And hopefully, if you get value from this, I want you to share it to a friend. I'm thinking of doing a giveaway at episode 100. This is episode number 85. So, again, if you want to win the giveaway or at least be even entered for it, I want to see that you are tagging me on your Instagram story. I'm at Matt Butale, and then my actual at name will pull up. You can tag me, take screenshots of the live stream or of the podcast recording on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and I'll actually enter you. All right. Because I'm thinking of doing like a cash giveaway, like nothing mid. I don't want to give you guys like supplements or like a fucking gift card or anything. Like, I actually just want to give away like some cash. I'm thinking of doing $100 USD to the person that gives me most support. On the 100th episode, I'll be announcing the winner. So I'll be talking about that every single episode for the next 15 episodes. All right. So just again, for you new people joining, I will be doing a giveaway. This is episode number 85. On episode 100 in 15 episodes, which will be in about 3 weeks, because I do 4 to 5 episodes a week, I'll be giving away $100 USD. All right. So screenshot this, put it on your story, show a friend, tell a friend, tag a friend, all that good shit. When I see that, I'm going to be motivated to enter you into the challenge. All right. So without wasting any time, we'll be diving into today's podcast episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB Pro Matt Butale, coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be breaking down a really cool analogy that I thought about last week. And this analogy is related to dishes, all right? And the title of this episode is called The Person Who Lets the Dishes Soak. All right. And quotations around letting the dishes soak. And you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When you cook something or you eat something and you put it in the sink and you put the water and the soap in there, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking wash it later. I'm gonna let these dishes soak. This episode is for you. If you've ever done that, if this is something that you do, then I want you to pay full attention. Give me your undivided attention. I want your ears. I want your brain. Listen to this. Download the information that I will be giving you in the form of an analogy today. All right. Also, I want to let you guys and girls know that this is episode number 85 of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. Since we rebranded, we started from scratch. Everything else has been fresh. I decided to just go with the Meathead on the Mic podcast name, like, in February. So I decided, you know what? Shit, we're reaching episode number 100, and I'm going to be giving away $100 because 100 and 100, right? $100 US to the person who actually supports this podcast the most. Whether you watch this on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or Instagram, screenshot it, put it on your Instagram story, tag me at Matt Butale, and I'll see that you guys and girls are, showing the world basically this podcast, and I'll enter you to win $100 US. I don't want to give you guys and girls like a free supplement or like a gift card or whatever. Like, I want to actually just give you cash, 100 for 100. Fair enough? All right. So let's dive in. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the fucking sub button for real, man. Don't be hating like that. All right. So let's dive into today's episode. All right. The episode is titled The Person, okay? The Person Who Lets the Dishes Soak. All right. And it's an analogy that I thought about. A lot of you guys and girls might relate to this. Okay. So there's the person that does the dishes immediately, and then there's the other person that lets them soak. The kind of person who waits until the last minute to finish a project, the kind of person who makes New Year's resolutions every single year, but barely lasts 30 to 60 days in the new year, quitting by February or March. Those people are the same kinds of people that also struggle losing 20 pounds. They struggle to manage time. They struggle to enjoy a happy relationship. They struggle to keep their room or their house clean. All right. Those are the kinds of people, the people that leave their dishes in the sink instead of washing them immediately. Because there's one thing that one of my mentors, actually, all of my mentors say this, which is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So if you put your dishes down and you're not really like washing them immediately, chances are you probably do the same thing with your laundry. You probably do the same thing with your homework or assignments or projects. And you probably do the same thing with your gym commitment, with your nutrition. This is the year that I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And you fucking flake after you say that, right? People that have those habits of leaving the dishes in the sink without washing them often replicate those negative patterns through other things, which is why I said that quote from my mentor, Brian Mark, and Cole De Silva. Natasha Stochevsky says this too. The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. All right. And it's not for no reason. It's done essentially because of the comfort in that moment. Right. Like they know it would be beneficial for them to go to the gym so that they could finally lose the 20 pounds that they really wanted to lose. Right. They know the due date on that project or assignment is creeping up as they bathe in procrastination. They know they will have a happier love life if they stopped avoiding communication and just did what they said they were going to fucking do instead of just talking about it, right? But even with that knowledge, the people that leave their dishes in the sink and don't wash them don't do a damn thing. Why? Because they're too comfortable. It's comfortable. Like I get it. And I was genuinely this person. It's comfortable to lay in bed at 2 p.m. and scroll on your phone while ignoring your responsibilities. Okay, I get that. So even though the anxiety of procrastination is like eating you alive while you're in your bed sheets, while you're scrolling at 2 p.m., okay, you still do what that thing because it's comfortable. Like you just want to chill, you just want to relax. Like you're ignoring your responsibilities because of comfort. Like that's the one thing we have to admit. Even though your anxiety is literally is being developed because of that procrastination. And your will to be comfortable is stronger than actually defeat procrastination, which causes more anxiety. And it guarantees that not only will your procrastination eat you alive, that you'll also be buried 6 feet deep, dead in negative emotions. It's a fact. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. You're dying inside, and you know the reason why. Every moment that you hold off to doing something important, especially when it's related to your health and fitness, it could be anything. It could be work related. It could be, you know, anything work related, relationship related. But just to stay on the topic, since we are a fitness podcast here primarily, let's talk about fitness. Everything that you do when you're holding off your fitness, when it comes to procrastinating, when it comes to making that New Year's resolution and not actually following through with it, all of those things. Okay, take the joy and peace of mind and sanity from your future self. I listen to Jordan Peterson as motivation, like sometimes in the morning, but I actually just enjoy his videos. And I haven't read any of his books, and I've yet to do that. And I want to actually. I'm going to order some very soon. So one thing that he says is like you as a person are a community of your past self, your present self, and your future self, and all the people in between that you have to become to develop, the future self. So mainly, we are the present self, but that present self has to keep in mind the future self by looking at history, which came from the past self. So we are a community of people. Us, one person is a community of people. And you have to make sure that you're honoring your own community by doing what you say you're going to do, especially in the game of health and fitness when everything is related to health primarily, and health is related to longevity. So you'd be doing yourself a service if you decided to commit yourself and actually do what you said you were going to do instead of leaving the dishes in the sink and not washing them immediately, metaphorically speaking, and developing yourself, developing your present self so that you can become your future self. And then that future self can live a longer, healthier life with their children, with their friends, maybe even with themselves, absolutely with themselves, because now they got a body that they love and or are more confident of wearing. You're wearing that body, right? That's what you want. That's really what you want. But your comfort and your will to procrastinate is apparently stronger than your will to actually serve your future self, to serve your community as your own self as a whole. And by doing that, you take the joy, peace of mind, and sanity from your future self. And you got to ask yourself, guys and girls, is it really worth it? Is your comfort worth having dirty dishes in the morning when you know it only takes 5 minutes to clean? Is your comfort really worth you gaining 20 more pounds this year and being diagnosed as clinically obese? Maybe you're gonna have to take blood pressure medications, right? Or you are on the verge of diabetes. You're pre-diabetic. Like, is your comfort really worth all of those things? Those negatively impacting things to your future self? the negatively impacting things to your community as yourself and even your external community, your immediate family, your friends, so on and so forth. Is it really worth it? Is your comfort really worth that? Is your comfort really worth your decreasing performance in bed with your girl or with your guy because you can't catch your breath in 2 minutes of sex? Like, is it really worth it? Like, is having poor health so much more worth it because you're comfortable? Is your comfort really worth you missing out on the life of your dreams, maybe the life of your children as they grow up, or the quality of it because you're not able to do certain things, right? Is your life really worth missing out on the life of your dreams because you want to be antisocial and watch fucking porn all day because you're too insecure about your image? Like, is that really worth it? Ask yourself. I don't think anyone who values their life would say, yes, my comfort is worth it. No way. And if you do think it is, then it's very obvious you don't value your life, right? Think of the unnecessary anxiety, depression, and stress that you're putting yourself on yourself essentially by just sitting in your comfort, by bathing in procrastination. Like that shit eats us alive. A lot of people nowadays are going, "Oh, I'm depressed and I've got anxiety problems and shit like that," and they go talk to a therapist or a shrink, and then they get meds and all this stuff. And I'm not bashing anybody that actually has those issues. I'm not. Believe me, I understand what that's about, and my heart goes out to you. This is compassion, but at the same time, a lot of these things are kind of like initiated, and the flame of this pain is ignited by you not doing what you said you wanted to do, and then those negative feelings like festering and manifesting in your head, and those voices in your head repeat over and over that you're less than who you wanted to be because you said something and didn't do it. You didn't stick to it. You didn't. Your integrity is shattered. One of my mentors, Natasha Storm, says, um, "Your your word better be so legit." And I'm just like I'm sub quoting here. I'm not actually I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact quote. I forgot it. But your word better be so legit that every time you speak, you print $100 bills. Your word better be so legit that every time you speak, it prints $100 legible bills, cash fucking money. And why did she say that? Because if you understand that your word is that valuable, that you create real fucking money, not no counterfeit, with every single thing that you say, every commitment that you make, every promise that you make, and you live in that alignment and you live in that integrity, then only good things, valuable things will come out of that, right? Like, think of it. Think of all the unnecessary anxiety and stress that you're putting on yourself by just bathing in procrastination and doing it later or putting it off till later. Like immediately 1 hour after you leave your dishes in the sink, you're in your bed thinking, "Fuck, I gotta wake up a little bit earlier or make a little pit stop and, wash the dishes now because I didn't wash them last night." And then you're like, "Oh, you know what? Shoot, I'm running late. Let me go run out, do this thing, whatever, grab a burger, whatever it is." And your dishes are still in the sink and you come back home, you're like, "Fuck, this is supposed to be done yesterday and it's still here. Okay, let me do this right now then." And then if you do it, that's amazing. But at the same time, all that dead time that you spent waiting, you accumulated negative emotions, anxiety, possible depression by looking down on yourself because you did something that wasn't aligning with your initial intent, which is to be integral, which is to do things when you say you're going to do it, right? So think of it. Are you going to be that person who leaves the dishes in the sink and quote unquote washes them later? Or are you going to wash those dishes in the 2 minutes that it takes and rid yourself of the future anxiety and respect and honor and serve your future self in your own internal community and external community? Like I know, like, yes, it's annoying and even painful to do the necessary work required to live your dreams, okay? Or even to get close to living your dreams. But at least after you do that annoying, painful, necessary work, you get a positive outcome, which is being anxiety free, depression free, so on and so forth. And actually, when you get towards your goals, those positive emotions are amplified because now you view yourself in a higher esteem. Does that make sense? Okay. Whereas living in anxiety, the shame and the fear hurts much more because in the end, all you get from your comfort, all you get from procrastination, all you get from breaking your own promises is bad voices in your head, more pain, and more fucking negativity. Am I wrong? The more days you leave the sink unattended, the more of a dirty mess it becomes. But guys and girls, I'm here to remind you that there's still time to change. You don't have to live like this. All right. You don't have to live like this. If you are somebody, okay, if you are somebody that leaves their dishes in the sink and lets it become a worse mess each and every single day, I got a proposition for you. I'm reaching out. I'm willing to help. I'm looking for 5 serious men who want to lose the 20 pounds that they said they were going to lose in the New Year's resolution, but didn't lose it. I'm looking for 5 serious men that want to put on some muscle, 5, 10 pounds of muscle, whatever it is that they said they were going to put on and broke that promise at the start of the year. If that's a goal that you have, I'm willing to help you for 4 to 6 months. If this is you and you're finally ready to wash your fucking dishes and stop letting the dirty mess stack up, DM me the word serious at my Instagram, which is SCHWARZENXGGA, or Matt Butale. You'll find my page anyway. DM me the word quote unquote serious in all capitals, and I'll see if I can help you clean your mess. It's time we fixed up. Wash the fucking dishes. Stop procrastinating. Stop breaking your promises. Honor your future self. That's it. That's all. I hope you liked this episode. If you did, share it out with a friend, whether you're listening to this on Apple, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you watch this on the live stream or the recording on YouTube, share the link out to a friend if you think that this episode would be of value to them. If this is a message that you think this friend, family member, or person needs to hear. All right. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. Podcast episode recorded. You know what it is. I felt really good about that one. There's this fucking fly. I opened my window and this fly came in and I closed it because I didn't want to get the noise from outside on the podcast. And that fly has been pissing me off. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like that honestly just threw me off a little bit, but I don't give a fuck. You know what time it is. So I'm gonna look at some of the comments here real quick, and then I'm gonna dip out and enjoy the rest of my Friday for sure, for sure. So shout out to everybody that joined on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. I appreciate y'all. And if you're listening to this on YouTube or Facebook, however you find this, I'm glad that you watched this and that you listened and gave me the sweet time out of your day that you knew you were not going to get back. Big Lux, I see you, bro. Appreciate you. The window's open, you fly. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Pissing me off, man. Luke, I appreciate you. Hey, Tokos, I see you, bro. Marcus, thanks for joining. Kime, what the fuck is up? He says, yeah, bro, I do the dishes now, man. I love myself. Let's fucking go. Wash your dishes now. If not, wash them yesterday. Hurry up. No more procrastination. You don't want that depression. You don't want that anxiety. Trust me, it's not fucking worth it. The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So I'm going to look at some things on TikTok here. First of all, shout out to everybody on TikTok. We're at 1.2 thousand likes. I appreciate y'all motherfuckers for real. User 564, I'm not saying the whole number. He just put on cool glasses emoji. I appreciate you for tuning in and I appreciate you for following. Bridget Carvalho says, hi, how are you? I'm great. Thanks for asking. Canadian Atheist says the procrastinator. Yeah. And I think they messaged that like right before I got into the podcast episode. They knew what the fuck was up. So I appreciate you, Canadian Atheist, on TikTok. Thank you so much for actually tuning in and giving me your ears. Cade says, homie does the dishes right away for sure. Fuck yeah. You bet. Cade Tynan also says, I hope I'm not butchering your name, bro. If you watch this in the future, he says, this is a fitness podcast. Yes, this is primarily a fitness podcast, but we talk about a range of, topics regarding mindset, fitness, of course, training hacks, things like that. And sometimes I just dive a little bit deeper and talk about some personal experiences in my life, whether they're past or current, and sometimes, my opinions. But mainly, yes, this is a fitness podcast. You can catch it on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or you can watch the full entire live stream, raw, unedited on YouTube, which you'd probably see me talking to you right now because like YouTube is the only thing that I'll actually leave completely open, just so that if someone asks a question that I didn't respond to while I was recording the podcast, they can see or listen to the answer in the YouTube video. And I've always find it super beneficial to keep the YouTube videos up simply because there are times where, I don't get these things on the podcast, right? And like people are probably going to ask these questions that, come up as they listen to the episode. They might think of the same question as you. So I like to keep the raw episodes up on YouTube, and it's still recording right now. So hit me up on YouTube at Matt Butale if you want to see the live stream recording full and full. Nina says, I'm thinking about burgers. Anita also says, Oh, we're talking about procrastination. Yeah, it's fine. You can think about burgers. I'm thinking about pizza, and I'm actually gonna go eat some. That's me being honest. YouTube says most men need to stop obsessing over a female booty. So not off. So you're off topic, but yeah, I agree with you. Maybe one day I'll be talking about something like that. Maybe, maybe. Definitely shoot me a message, or drop a comment on this video when it's uploaded. Let me know a suggestion of something that you'd like to hear when it comes to talking about mindset of men and easily being distracted. I'd actually like to chime in on that, and I might actually use your questions as a basis to create a cool script. So I appreciate you, homie. I remember you. I know what's up. I appreciate you, Ham. I appreciate you, fam. Ebonics is something Matt needs to learn. No, bro, I speak Ebonics, but the reason why I'm not always talking in that term in that sort of frame is because it's not easily digestible for everybody. All right. So if you know me now in real life, you wouldn't have made that comment. But I appreciate you, and I got to keep it professional certain times. You know, there's certain times where I just let it loose, let it rip. You know, talk my fucking shit. You feel what I'm saying? But there's times where I actually want people of all kinds that don't speak Ebonics or understand it to get the fucking message. You hear me, bro? You get my drift? You feel me? Yeah, yeah. Again, 1.2K likes on Instagram or on TikTok. I appreciate the fuck out of you guys. Thank you so goddamn much. I hope you guys and girls have the sickest weekend of your goddamn life. I'll be back again next week. Okay. And we'll try to drop 4 to 5 episodes in between there. This week, I dropped 2 episodes. I went under my promise, but and there's no real excuses. But just to keep it a stack, I wasn't up for it. There was no way that I was going to end up doing the podcast episodes this week, but everything's mapped out, everything's lined up. I'm pretty much good up until the next 2 weeks. I got scripts on scripts right on the fucking bullet. All right, so we're ready to go, and we're not going to fucking miss. But people, guys and girls, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for giving me the time that you know you'll never get back. That's why I always keep it a stack with y'all. All right. Peace, love, and motherfucking protein. Enjoy your goddamn weekends. Be safe and drink responsibly if you drink. Peace. Let's go. Ha.